But the reason why I could do it of a certain caliber is because I went, okay, well, how much does it cost me to bring in a really good video editor, really good channel manager, content manager, community manager, all the best software, good equipment? That costs money. And so I take all that in and I go, that makes me 10 times better, or maybe even 20 to 30 times better than if I tried doing that myself, which would end up just being a total flop. Hey friends, welcome to CreativeX. My name is Brad Hussey and I'm a web designer. Today, we're going to be sharing a clip from one of our weekly office hours sessions within our CreativeX crew, which is our free community filled with professional web designers, freelancers, agency founders, no-code makers, and people who build amazing things for the internet. During these sessions, I answer questions, provide design feedback, talk positioning, branding, pricing, you name it. The crew is growing every single day, and we have a ton of fun. And there is a special place with your name on it. So I want to invite you to join us in the CreativeX crew, be a part of our family, and join us in these weekly office hours. It's free, and the link is in the description down below. I'd love to see you on the inside. Now let's get into today's clip. When you're like trying to grow too, and you're getting client work and you're wondering how you can kind of break out of this one stage and get it into the next stage, this is especially relevant if you realize like, I can't make a living and be comfortable at the stage that I'm doing this. So let's say you break into freelancing more full-time or even side hustle, and you're like charging $50 an hour, or you're just doing something that's like not sustainable. And you're like, oh, it's nice to get that $500 project here and there. But if you're like, no, if I want to make a living doing this, then you need to actually see this much differently than replacing your time with some cash, because that's not really sustainable. You need to see as like, how can you give the client the best version to over deliver? How do I do that? Sure, you can step up and do your best job, but you can only go so far. You only have so much time, you only have so much capacity. Maybe you're not that good at a certain skill. So how do you like take what you do and then make it like 10 times better? Well, one, you can step up a little bit, but then the rest of it is actually getting other people to help you. So this is where you can really work some magic. So I'll use like my YouTube channel, for example. There's no possible way that I could do what I'm doing on that channel by myself. It's just impossible. So I do 2 videos a week. They're like high production. They're written, they're scripted, they're planned, they're pre-done. There's research that happens in the background. There's writing that happens for descriptions, which video ties into which. There's a lot. There's video editing, there's shorts, Instagram Reels, TikTok, all that sort of stuff. There's literally an entire machine happening behind the whole thing. Here's a cool video idea that the channel manager was like, this is a good idea, you should do it. I write it out and I film it, and that's it. The rest of it happens, and I don't even know how to submit the video to the video editor. It's like, I don't know, I just like, that's your job and that's your job, and you do this and you do that because that's where you're really good. So it's the same thing with your freelancing. And so I'm charging for that. So like that is something that I get paid to do. But the reason why I could do it of a certain caliber is because I went, okay, well, how much does it cost me to bring in a really good video editor, really good channel manager, content manager, community manager, all the best software, good equipment? That costs money. And so I take all that in and I go, that makes me 10 times better, or maybe even 20 to 30 times better than if I tried doing that myself, which would end up just being a total flop. So with your work, with your freelancing, if your client says, here's my idea, here's my problem, you go, okay, well, here's the good, better, best. Good is like, you can do it yourself, basically just solve it. And that costs, let's say $1,000. I'm just using that as a benchmark. And then there's a better version where you maybe commit to something a bit bigger, and maybe you subcontract somebody to help you a little bit. And that costs, $2,500. What if we just broke out of that paradigm altogether and like did like a whole paradigm shift and said, what would make this a $10,000 offer versus a $1,000 offer? Like, okay, well, I have a graphic designer, project manager who's experienced. I have, a writer or a developer, a programmer, whatever it is, and you build literally a dream team. They all cost money. They want their money in order to deliver the value that you require. So you take all that in and you go, okay, for this project, it's going to cost me out of pocket about $3,500. So I'm going to charge $10,000 and I'll take the rest for profit, rewarding my time because you're managing the project, you're facilitating the team and delivering the value and kind of making an agency out of it. So then there you go. It's not you being like, I want $10,000 for a $1,000 job. It's like, no, I'm giving you something of a high caliber. And so it has to be the right client. Like obviously if it's just a little mom and pop shop with $500 budget, that's not going to work. But if you're talking about agencies, you're talking about bigger companies, software companies, partnering with different businesses, that's not out of this world. And that's why you can ask those rates, because you have leverage. You have a team that, when put together into kind of like an agency sort of model and like a teamwork, you can create an amazing, crazy amount of value and then charge for that. And then if they're like, where did that price come from? They're like, who's going to pay for all of these people and deliver that sort of value? Like, no solo freelancer is going to get you there. If I did this myself, sure, I could do it for $1,500 and it's going to be basically subpar, and I could do it like next Thursday. But you're like, if you want this like up here and you're looking for world class and you're looking for like transformation and you want to get to say like that $1 million, or you want to be able to double your revenue here, or change this and stop this from happening and solve that problem, Alex, teamwork makes the dream work. Exactly. I hope you enjoyed that clip. If you have any comments or questions, post them down below. And also, don't forget to join the CreativeX crew. The link's down in the description. And while you're here, why not check out this video? And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.